1:04, 7 seconds to play.
We're going to be talking basketball.
Dishes it to Barkley, who somehow finds daylight. Allen for the win! Yes!
You are now listening to the 302 Birds Sixers postgame show with Dennis and KJ McCoy, proudly powered by TickPick. Let's take it to the show.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 302 Birds Sixers postgame show. Didn't do one last night because we had a lot of stuff going on. I started my first day at Ursinus College, located in the beautiful town of Ursinus College, in the beautiful town of Collegeville, Pennsylvania. But listen, that's besides the point. The Sixers, they finally got it. They got their crap together, man. After a horrible game against the Hornets, where they dropped 130 on us, Paul George and Jared McCain, they actually looked good. They actually looked like guys that you can rely on. Jared McCain, he was electric in that third quarter from beyond the arc. PG as well. I'm joining Dennis live in a Florida Walmart. My friend, what did you think of that Sixers game last night and that offensive masterclass from the Big Three?
Well, the Big Three that Philadelphia now has, and to quote Doc Rivers' press conference, a healthy Joel Embiid is a dangerous Joel Embiid. If the Sixers go into the postseason with a healthy Joel Embiid, they can compete. It's proven. Me personally, to see the big man fly for an alley-oop, even though he didn't jump that high, was pretty remarkable. The guy's been through a lot. So to be able to see him bounce back and nail something like that was pretty epic. KJ was at the game. I didn't really get word from him about the reaction in the arena. But you could tell, like, it was big. McCain starting to feel fresh again. That was really good to see. It kind of lets these other guys get a break, like, with VJ and Maxey. I mean, I've said it for the last few days. I mean, they really need the all-star break to kind of just slow down, take a break, get a breather. And they're adding these little small pieces. And just being reported this morning, the Bucks are open to trading Giannis. So if there's a chance that they can unload some stuff and get him, I think that'll help. That'll kind of almost give them a big four. And it's a waiting game to see what they do. But I'm happy with what I saw. I think they have a chance to really turn things around. It's just going to be a waiting game to see.
Yeah, it is. Embiid got 29 points, 9 boards, 5 assists. Maxey had 22. Quentin Grimes, he was out for the Sixers last night with a right ankle sprain. Milwaukee, obviously, without Giannis. He's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks with a calf strain, I believe. But that still kind of brings him around the timeline of the trade deadline. And, I mean, you want to talk about a good performance last night. What would he sort of bring to the table for the Sixers?
I think you're looking at a really dangerous team if you can get him healthy. If you look at Embiid's stats from excuse me, I'm gonna set my phone down here because If you look at Embiid's stats from January 6th to now, he's not been in the team. He's been 20 points or over. Embiid's not done that in 4 years. I'm telling you, there's something. It may not be a championship year, but something special is about to happen.
Yeah, I mean that's not what we expected going into the year.
Oh no, not with his knee issues. No, I had no inkling that he had a chance to even play like this. Shout out to the doctor that got him right. That dude deserves to be on the all pro team. I'm as much as I criticize the man, I don't want him to be in pain. I'm just happy to see that he's playing good basketball and he's having fun again.
Yeah. Well, honestly, I was concerned about Giannis with the injury history that he's had this year, but especially with the recent history of the Sixers' health, like we've all seen. But man, Joel, he's looked awesome this year.
He's lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, but my point being, if you get Giannis into the system where you have an actually competent doc, man, we might be doing stuff.
It's just a waiting game. I don't expect a championship or anything this year, but if they can get healthy and they can play strong basketball, they can make a run. I'd just be happy to see the second round of the playoff.
Yeah, well, I do think the East it is. We've talked about it before, but I think it's worth mentioning again. The East it is absolutely wide open, and it still has
winnable.
Been. It is absolutely winnable. I mean, the Cavs, who just beat us the other night, they're only 3 games up on us.
And I think Detroit's 9.
9.5. Yeah, that's it. They're Detroit. I'm sorry. I don't trust anybody from that city. I don't trust any sports teams from that city.
I don't trust Detroit because they got Tobias Harris, and we all know Tobias Harris chokes on more wood than a XXX star.
I was about to say, be careful there. But yeah, I mean, really, really good stuff from the Sixers last night. PG had 32 points, and 9 3-pointers, which that's
tying
something
the record.
That is insane. That's insane. PG just was absolutely magic last night.
He tied the record.
He did. As we are joined by the second in command of 302 Birds, the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, KJ McCoy. How you doing, my friend?
What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Good.
KJ, you were at the game, and I know we were talking while you were driving up there. When he hit the alley-oop last night, what was the energy in the arena?
It's a great question. It was awesome. I mean, it was definitely the place lit up, and you can honestly, the crowd was going nuts. I was going nuts. I don't think anybody knew he still had it in him. I mean, he didn't even know he still had it in him. I mean, I don't think he has had an alley-oop dunk for 4 years, he was saying, which I don't even remember the last time he's had one. So, I mean, definitely something that, I think Tyrese was talking about before the game. He's like, I'm going to throw you one, big fella. And then he did. And then Joel went up there and he caught it and then slammed it down. So, I mean, it definitely was an electric play. I don't know.
Do you feel like it was like a sigh of the relief in the arena because they saw him moving?
I think so.
Was it? Sorry, I don't mean cut you off.
No, you're good. I mean, definitely, I think that people are like, wow, this is a healthy Embiid. This is awesome to see. But I think definitely, I was with my one friend, and we were definitely like, okay, well, this is nice to see, but what happens when the postseason comes around? So that's the main thing with Joel.
I quoted Doc Rivers earlier in the show before you got on. I know you were busy. I wanted you to be there for this quote because if anybody could touch on it like me, and you can, like me, it's you. But Doc Rivers went in his press conference to make it a point to tell everybody a healthy Embiid is a dangerous Embiid. And if he's this healthy going into the playoffs, Philadelphia has a shot to make a run. And that he's not been healthy in like 4 years. So, Doc said he was just happy to see him healthy. And, he's like, I never had a chance to see him healthy, but it was good to see. He goes, but they have a real shot to do something. Would you like to elaborate on what Doc was saying and kind of give your input? I kind of gave mine already and said the same thing that Doc said, but I'd love to get your feedback.
I mean, with Doc, he says a lot of things that, like, he's not the most reliable source. He also said he was one of the most the most winning coach in Philadelphia 76ers history. Definitely that is not true. And he also said that Joel Embiid's like the best player that he's ever coached, which is kind of crazy.
When he's had KG,
he's had Kevin Garnett, he's had Paul Pierce. So definitely some guys that are already in the Hall of Fame. I don't know if Joel is that. Kevin Garnett is probably the closest because the thing is Kevin Garnett probably is a better player. He's had the better career than Joel Embiid.
He didn't have as many injuries.
Yeah, he hasn't had many injuries. He's been an MVP just like Joel, but he's been able to make it at the second round of the postseason. He's been able to do that. I think he even did it with Minnesota, but I could be wrong. I'm trying to remember I think they did lose the Lakers. Yeah, that's what happened. So they were in the Western Conference Finals, I think, like a couple times against the Lakers and went down. But I think, definitely Doc is definitely kind of just like being Doc. He's kind of speaking out of his butt, I feel like. But then also, if Embiid could be healthy, that'd be great. If we could have Paul George play like how he played yesterday, then that would be amazing as well. But as we said this before too, there definitely is. It's like a seesaw effect with this team. Sometimes you see them get killed by the freaking Charlotte Hornets, and then the next game they go off against the Milwaukee Bucks without Giannis. So definitely this team is a seesaw team, and I think the problem is, you have Nick Nurse who really doesn't know how to manage minutes and really work with these players the right way with the minutes and restrictions.
Especially the late game management. It's awful.
Yep.
And I think that's a lot of what Nick Nurse's problem is the minute management. With the Sixers at this point, it's stay healthy. I said it the other night after the Hornets game, me and you talked, KJ.
Yeah.
I strongly believe that game comes down to they're tired. They've been pushing hard. They've had a lot of back-to-backs in a 3-week span. And they really haven't had a break. So again, I think this All-Star break coming up is really going to help them, but I really think that they're just tired. It's mid-season burnout. And the ones that need to come to life are starting to come to life. I think, some of these 20 losses that we have had are going to come back and bite us in our ass in the long haul. But I feel like if they can be healthy and Embiid can be healthy and can get a little bit more minutes in him, again, I said it to Jesse Wheels Magoo here,
You heard that somebody told you the nickname that they gave me? Oh wait, no, I did.
Yep,
yeah,
you told me.
Yeah, I did it. I did not.
No, that was Chris. That was all chaos. Chris.
You guys can all ask KJ in the chat why he let Jesse's wheelchair roll down a hill.
Okay. All right. Please don't
I promise you. Hang on. Yeah. I could just clear the air. Let me clear the air. It was all good. It was KJ's first time dealing with a wheelchair ever. So, for the benefit of the doubt, it was totally under control. It was all fine. It made me laugh my ass off.
Yeah.
It was all good.
And to clarify, everyone, he was not in the wheelchair when no. he was in my car, in my seat of my car. So he was fine. It was when we were trying to get him out. And then I didn't realize that it was on a hill a little bit and started rolling away. And I thought Jesse was joking when he said, "Oh, it's rolling away," and then he wasn't, and I just started bolting after. So he was, just to clarify, he was not in the wheelchair yet. But Dennis makes it seem like I just rolled him and he got hit by a car or whatever. It's some screwed up crap and whatever. Go back to your shopping, Dennis. Go back to the aisle 7. All right, buddy.
Can we?
I am so mad at myself for not filming the entire thing. I'm so mad.
Can we just admit how funny it would have been, though, in a good way, if he
If I
wouldn't have
got
got
hit
hurt?
by a car?
No. If you were,
no.
Listen, will you let me finish? If you were in the seat but you didn't get hit by a car, it would have been like the Grown Ups movie where they let him roll down the hill with the tire.
Yeah, kind of like that, but that was not happening. I would make sure that wouldn't happen. Oh my God, like thank God this happened when, like, I don't think it would have rolled. I mean, Jesse knows how to control it, so
yeah.
But back to what I was saying, this team can really push through, get healthy, and then make a drive. I think we're going to look at something special. I'm not saying, we're going to be conference champions, things like that. But I will say, I think they have a shot to do something that we haven't done in a long time. And they look to be very, very dangerous building up. And it could lead into next year. I will say it, and I said it earlier. I kind of hope they offload McCain and send him somewhere. And, I'd be fine with getting Giannis and, getting us another big man to relieve Drummond and Embiid, because both of them boys, they're old. They've put their time in, and, Giannis ain't young either, but he's got a little bit left in the tank. And I think it would just be good to have another big body and, another name like Giannis that can move, demands respect. It's one of them things. I think it would be good for the city.
Yeah. I mean, I keep on hearing the name that is being thrown around for a trade with Giannis, and I don't want this to happen. I would say hell no to this, but VJ Edgecombe is one of the names that is being surrounded with the trade. Would you do it or no? I say hell no, hell to the no.
I don't think the Sixers are that stupid.
I mean, you could be. Remember, we're talking about Daryl Morey here.
I mean, yes. He's very stupid.
Yeah,
but I think that would be, you're getting fired.
No, he would definitely be getting fired, and it would be horrible.
I think that would be worse than Petulo's house getting egged.
Yeah. Well, if you think the hat is nice, look at this. What came in the TikTok shop? You've seen the Eagles chain, but here is a new Sixers chain.
Hey, put it more up. Oh, whoa! Damn.
Does it spin?
No, it doesn't spin, but there's the Sixers chain. Nice. So it just came in. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
I saw. Yeah.
KJ, trying to get all the teams. So
KJ, I have a question for you.
What's
up? When the screens went black last night,
yes,
in the arena, a lot of people are referring to Raw being in Philadelphia on Monday. They're thinking it's Chris Jericho. Do you think it is a high possibility that the Sixers are going to pull the trigger and bring back the old logo full time?
No, I don't think so. I don't think they're bringing it back full time. They might do like what the Orlando Magic did and maybe just bring back the old, but then also combine it with the new somehow, or make their own kind of new thing. Maybe they do that in the future. But I think, honestly, they were doing something with Jurassic Park. That's what I think it was. Apparently, it's something to do with Jurassic Park. But I think it was set up, though. No one actually – it wasn't anyone hacking it. I mean, people were saying –
Well, no. We don't think it was a hack. It's definitely not a hack. It's something that they're running. But,
I think it was Jurassic Park theme, though. I don't know if it was wrestling. I'm not – too keen in with wrestling, but
if you go back and you watch the debut of, like, just go on YouTube and you type Chris Jericho debut WWF early 2000s, or even return to WWE, they did a return thing where it broke, like, can you break the code, and it was Save Us Y2J. So that was kind of what showed across the thing, but then it also gave, that's not the magic word, which we all know, greatest movie ever made, Jurassic Park.
Yeah, Jurassic Park's a great movie.
Better
It
than
made
any
it.
Avengers movie.
Yes.
Yeah, it's better than
You're
Avengers. Yeah.
you're lying. You're lying.
No, it is. It
You
is
guys
better than
are
Avengers.
no. You,
Yes,
oh
it
my
is.
god. I'm sorry. No. You that is an objectively. Those are objectively bad opinions.
So again, but KJ, you don't think it's a chance of the old logo coming back full time?
No, I don't think so. I think I don't think so. And honestly, with this whole like, I mean, this is bad timing. I was going to ask you, Dennis, too. I mean, the bad timing. I mean, they're doing the whole reunion on Saturday or Sunday when they play the Pelicans, and I honestly think, and I'll be honest with you guys, I think Allen Iverson might get booed for the first time in Philadelphia.
Yeah. Before
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
Before you kind of get into that, KJ, I am totally not locked into this whole situation.
It's not good.
And you sort of put you put out a good video on the 302 Instagram about that, sort of broke that all down. Kind of tell the 302 crew. That's what I'm calling our audience. I don't know. It has a ring. That has a nice ring to it. Tell the 302 crew.
Baller crew, I would say that, something like that.
Yeah. What would you what's your sort of analysis on that sort of situation?
So when we do the main show later, I'm gonna really that's Dennis's
whoops.
When we do the main show later at 8:00, I will definitely get into more detail about it. I'll kind of give like a little bit of a recap, but Allen Iverson was over in Australia. He was there for the National Basketball League, I believe, and maybe some other things as well. He was there for a bunch of events. He was there with like Culture Kings over there, doing a bunch of signings. But then he was supposed to go visit a hospital, which he did, but he was supposed to be signing some autographs, signing some jerseys, some memorabilia for kids with cancer. And unfortunately, that never happened. He just took pictures with the kids, but he looked very disinterested. He looked miserable. And apparently one of his publicists or somebody that was with him said he had a very bad day. And right now, people are outraged. I got to talk to a guy who is actually a Philadelphia. He's actually an Australian Philadelphia sports fan. So he likes all the Philadelphia teams, but he lives in Australia. And he says right now, Allen Iverson is probably like most hated. Like right now, he is on hate watch over there, and like everyone is bashing him in the country of Australia, and I think even beyond as well. Me and Dennis kind of talked about this too privately. We were talking about how Allen Iverson, I mean, yes, like he brought so much happiness to this organization. He brought, I mean, just the way he played. I mean, he's my favorite player of all time. But there are stories. There's so many mixed stories about Allen Iverson, and most of them are bad, unfortunately. His interactions with fans. And right there, what happened in Australia is another example of him really showing that he really just sometimes can honestly be selfish.
Dick.
It sucks to say that, but it is what it is with Allen Iverson.
The bad part is it's not the first time he's done it.
Yeah,
you know, he's done it before.
Yeah.
We all know, like, just like McNabb, Iverson had a really bad drinking problem and was, caught up with the wrong people at times. And, that caused a lot of bad things on his part. And he worked his way back up. And, some people fall back to that style where they just have a bad day like they said he did. And, the problem with this is we're never going to get the full story if he had a real bad day or not, or if it's just bullshit to make him look better. For what it is, I hope, he's okay. I hope mentally he's okay. I hope he honestly does feel bad to an extent and, tries to find a way to make it right. But at the end of the day, we're all human. People make mistakes. I'm not excusing what he did because he does have a past of it.
Yeah.
But, calling for his head and removal of his banner up in that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
These
no,
guys,
I don't think anything should get removed. I don't think he should get his Hall of Fame removed either. That's
the
not.
thing, a lot of people, they forget that these stars are real people too,
Yeah.
and to elaborate, with the Eagles and just kind of go to that for a minute. People want to call for AJ Brown's head, but they also have to remember he's a person too. These guys have a personal life, and things might not be all sunshine and rainbows. Yeah, they got
yeah.
money, but that don't mean that they don't have issues going on at home.
Oh yeah.
And I think a lot of people forget that, and then they expect them to be perfect. And the way that the season went for the Eagles, I can't say I blame AJ for not wanting to talk to nobody. Like
Yeah.
I'd want to go home and leave too. But as far as AI, like he's got a history of this. He's done it before. It
Yeah.
shouldn't surprise nobody. But again, we also have to remember, like, he's human. That's a long flight just to go all the way over there. It's not
Yeah.
like he's just going to like LA from Philly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that's what we have to take into effect. And again, we're never going to get the full story. So if y'all would like
Right.
to elaborate on what I just said, I'd love to hear y'all's input.
Yeah, I'll say that there's multiple sources and credential. I mean, really, I guess you could say reliable sources as well. I mean, even the hospital came out and said stuff about it. Even former NBA player, which I mean, don't get me wrong, like the guy sometimes is like known to like say crazy stuff. Andrew Bogut was saying this as well. But yeah, I mean, the hospital coming out and saying this definitely is a problem. Like the problem is why this
Kids
is
are
bad.
involved.
I mean, the problem is he agreed to doing this event. He agreed to being there for the kids and like signing autographs. Like he already agreed on doing this. And then I guess something came up and said he had a bad day. But the problem is what I have, and I didn't lose respect of him as a player. I think he was a hell of a player. I lost a little bit of respect of him as a person. Definitely. But like, not to the point like where I'm like, okay, like I hate Allen Iverson, but I'll say that he like really like him saying he had a bad day. I mean, these kids are literally fighting for their lives. I mean, it's horrible what they're going through. And they were waiting for hours for Allen. I mean, I'll definitely have more of what I heard from the guy from Instagram that is from Australia, but he's a Philadelphia sports fan. I'll be talking about that on the show later. So I mean, definitely like that will definitely be a topic because I definitely do want to share what he said because I think it was interesting. There's a lot of interesting points to it, and he had a lot of commitments there. I know it is a long flight, but honestly, the guy was upset when Kobe Bryant passed away, and yes, I mean for every reason he should be. But Kobe Bryant would never do anything like this. If Kobe was still alive to this day, he would definitely make time for these kids. And it just shows that definitely like there are different people out there. And it really shows that like obviously they're different people, they have different mindsets and but it sucks. It definitely does suck as a avid Allen Iverson fan. I mean the player. It sucks because I have to defend him as a person, but then also I don't want to defend him as a person anymore, really, because it's like the guy's doing it to himself.
And I can understand that. And again, I'm not making excuses for what he did. And again, please understand that, everybody. I'm not making an excuse for what he did.
Yeah, right.
But again, just like me, just like KJ, just like Jesse, like we all have personal lives too. And you don't know what he had going on that day. You don't know what happened. We're never going to get a full story. His name's always going to get run through the dirt because of his past.
Yeah.
And with the celebrity, the media is going to take things way past what it needs to be. And, to even touch back to the Eagles thing, I think that's a lot of the reason that we don't have an offensive coordinator yet is they do not want to deal with the media.
Yeah. Oh, most definitely. It definitely has to do with the Philadelphia media. And the Philadelphia media needs to check themselves, and they need to realize that they are the ones that are screwing up right now. And they're not going to change the way they are. They just won't. It's not going to change.
So to kind of wrap this up on a good note, KJ, do we know how many more times they're going to wear the black jerseys this year?
Yes, we do know. I can check right now. Let me check right now. They are actually, let me see. I think it was, okay, so, and obviously it's crazy too, guys, because obviously the jersey really represents pretty much Allen Iverson. I mean, point blank, it's supposed to represent the 2001 team, but it really is the Allen Iverson jersey if you think about it. I mean, that's the guy who donned the jersey. That's the guy who made the jersey famous. I mean, so definitely for this happening, it's a big deal. I mean, Dennis, do you think, and I mean, I'll ask Jesse too, do you think he's going to get booed? Do you think there's going to be fans that are going to boo him this weekend?
So the NBA fans, the NFL fans, MLB fans are like freaking Democrats and Republicans.
Right.
They're going to boo, they're going to cheer. They're boo, they're going to cheer. I mean, look how many times we booed Terrell Owens after he went to the Cowboys, but then he came back to the stadium with Eagle stuff repping, and then we were cheering the guy again.
Yep.
Jeremiah Trotter, for instance, the first time around when he got let go by the Eagles and went to Washington, he got booed, and then he came home, and then he cheered again. It's one of those things. Right. The Philadelphia media, the Philadelphia fan base is always going to have that one that's going to cheer somebody on. It just depends, but this with kids, it's hard to say. Personally, I can't boo the man because, mistakes happen and everybody makes mistakes. Yeah. And I don't think it's right to hold it against him when we don't know the true story of everything that went on. You can point a lot of fingers and, say this and say that, but until the real facts that are out there, you can't just pin it on somebody. But the part, again, that hurts him is he has a history of doing this.
Yeah, he does.
But, I don't want to take too much time into going into the main show, but I wanted to just leave it on a fresh stat line of that, right? Of what you thought, how many more times they were going to wear the black jerseys. Do you think?
I do have the number for you. Okay. I do have the number. It's 6 more times. They play the Pelicans this weekend, 31st, and then they play the Knicks again wearing the jerseys, the 11th of February, and then they actually do this for like they wait for almost a whole month. So I guess March 3rd, they will wear it against the Spurs, and then back to back, they will wear it against Ace Bailey and the bum Jazz over there. I'm calling them the bums because I'm calling Ace Bailey a bum.
That's a shot. That's a shoot. I think that is a shoot. They're doing that to get at him and, tell him, like, you messed up by not wanting to be here. Do you think, what is your chances, you think, if they make a playoff run, second round maybe, do you think we see the black jerseys in the playoffs?
Yeah. Are they allowed? Like, the question is, are they allowed?
Yes, they are.
So. Oh, I think so.
Yeah. Especially if it's against, like, a rival, like, the Knicks or something first round, which I mean, I actually definitely see that being a possibility.
I think so.
I definitely like a first round, like a home game. So, I don't know, 1 or 2 of the series. I could totally see that happening.
I definitely think so.
Final question for you both: with the success of the return of the black jersey, do you think there's a chance that they'll give us the white ones next season?
They could, but I have a feeling they're going to go back to if they go back to a throwback jersey, I think they're going to try and go back to the 80s of anything next. I think they'll try and go back to Dr. J and Moses Malone's days, and they'll go back to something like that.
Would you say that was a good era? Dennis, especially with you as the dinosaur, the three of us.
Wasn't even alive for it. Come on.
It
I
was.
was born, I was born
90.
in 91. No, I'm not.
Yeah, he was. Not, hey, I defended you, Dennis. I did not think that you were in the 80s, so just know that.
Well,
He did. He did. Jesse did.
Hey, fair enough.
Hey, hey, Jeffy.
Yeah. What do you got?
I'm just gonna say this to you, and let me get back to my camera. If I make it back for the home game for the Eagles, I swear to God, you better not be at the game because I may just have to push you down a fucking hill for that.
Yo, somebody clip that. Somebody clip that. Oh my
Oh,
God.
they will. They
That's
definitely will.
That's great. Oh my God. You know what? Listen, KG did it. So, you know.
No, I didn't push you, though.
No,
You were not
kidding.
in the wheelchair.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah. I want to clarify that.
Yeah, no.
Why you let him roll down the hill, dude?
Oh, well, you actually want to do it, actually.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so-
That is a fantastic way to end this show.
Yeah,
Oh
yes,
my
it
God.
is.
But as always,
Yeah.
look, I love you guys. I miss y'all. I can't wait to come home and see you guys soon.
Somebody get this man a GoFundMe started.
I don't
wait.
tell you guys enough. I really appreciate y'all doing the show. I really enjoy being on every show with you guys.
Yeah.
And I don't tell you enough. So I just wanted to take this time to tell you all that. I love you. I know we
yeah.
joke around.
Yeah.
Oh,
Dennis, you
brother.
want to tell everybody what jersey you got coming in the mail?
Oh shit, he knows.
He knows. You want?
Don't call it a comeback. That's all I'm saying.
All right, there we go. All right, we'll surprise everybody. Don't call it a comeback. All right.
I thought that was gonna be a surprise to him. Okay.
No, he didn't want it to be. I said, "Do you want a surprise? Do you want me to surprise you?" Or he said, "No, just tell me."
All right. We'll leave we'll leave tonight on a cliffhanger.
Hold on.
Yeah,
No,
that's-
only this is my last thing I gotta say because I'm trying to check out. Fuck you, Franklin.
Hey, beautiful. That's gonna wrap it for the Sixers post game show. Please like and subscribe to 302 Birds everywhere, all the places. Go to all of our sponsors, which are in the description. There's too many. We have too many. We're suffering from success, people. There's too many sponsors for me to count.
Hey, Jack.
TickPick.
Jack.
Nick's
It's not an
Pizza.
intro.
Yeah.
It's an outro.
We out.
104, 7 seconds to play.
We're gonna be talking basketball.
Dishes it to Barkley.